What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family, bringing you guys the latest update on the Dallas Cowboys. Give us just a second while we go ahead and get started here. Yep, make sure everything's good to go.
This is offline. No, I think it's got it. There it is.
Let's see, I had it. There we go. On the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Give us just a second. All right, guys. So it looks like the audio is good. Dallas Cowboys football news.
What's up?
Go
How you
Cowboys.
doing? Thanks for the shout out the other day. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, so we
You got
are
a great channel over there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, we are going to get started with a tiny bit of non-Cowboy football news for this stream. So Alita Aubrey, how are you doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Unfortunately, we do have some other YouTube stuff to talk about real quick for a minute, guys. We won't take longer than a minute or two. LM, how are you doing today? I mean, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So recently, a lot of our live streams have been demonetized for some reason, and you know, it's really hit our channel pretty hard. We were expecting to use a little bit of money we did make through ad revenue to hopefully continue to improve the stream, and you know, we were lucky enough to DJ Crown J, what's up, to actually from DJ Crown J and Cowboys Abroad to get some donations through Patreon as well, which did, you know, our second microphone should be getting here tomorrow, guys. Yep. So perfect. We should hopefully, we'll be ready to go for game time. We're really excited about that. And again, we started the stream with the intention of doing it, you know, to have a lot of fun, you know, but also to continue to improve and get better and do this better, you know, go from one mic to two mics, things like that. So, you know, the demonetization kind of hit us really hard. So we've had to kind of think of a few different things of, I guess, how we can, you know, I guess make up for that, you know, because we put in a lot of hard work. We love doing this, you know, and we want to be able to do the best that we can when we do this. So, you know, we want to really reach out to you guys and hear back from you guys and let us know, you know, what are some things that we can do, you know, that you guys would feel like, you know, you'd be willing to, I guess, support, I guess, you know, again, through Patreon. I know they have, like, kind of different tiers and things like that. So, like, $1, $5, $10, things like that. So, you know, we had a few ideas about, you know, maybe doing, you know, like an exclusive, like, you know, once or twice a month, like an exclusive chat, you know, live stream or something with just, you know, certain people, or again, you know, getting a shout out. Yeah, with certain people who, a certain level, you know. And then, or again, you know, if anybody who donates, you know, would get a shout out in our next video, something like that. But guys, let us know what you guys think. You know, we want to hear from you guys. And Cowboys Abroad, what's up? How are you doing?
And DJ Crown J, both of you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. I mean, again, this YouTube ad thing kind of, again, this all happened within the span of like 24 hours, 48 hours. Like, we're still kind of really confused, and we've been trying to get more information on it. But this really hit us out of left field because, you know, as far as we can tell, we're following all YouTube guidelines. You know, guidelines. We're not doing anything. You know, some of our videos got demonetized, and then like one or two kind of got remonetized. But we still, it's still, you know, very strange, very weird, guys.
Yeah, I mean, some ideas that, you know, we were having was maybe, like you said, you know, having. I was thinking maybe putting the names up, and then maybe we can catch those questions faster, because a lot of times, you know, especially during the game days and stuff like that, you know, these things go really fast, and we need help. You know, we got a lot of help from Cowboys Abroad and Mr. Wright and other people out there.
And you guys modding out there as well. Yes. Thank you so much. We know it's not easy, but you guys really keep the stream going. Yeah. So
yeah, Space Cowboy, what's up, man? I mean, it's just it's basically this yellow little thing on the monetization for these things, where they don't play ads unless you have like YouTube Red or something like that, and that's the only time it counts. So basically, the little bit of money that was coming in through the ad revenue is basically nothing now. And again, that kind of hurts. It helps with you guys when you guys help donate and stuff, but we don't really want to ask for that. And again, we were just thinking of maybe doing some kind of thing, whether through Patreon or something else. I don't know, where we can do like a tiered situation where, you know, let's say $1 or $5, you get a shout out, and, you know, 20 and up, we get like a special night chat with just those people that did over $20, you know, something like that. We're just throwing ideas around. We just want to know what you guys think. And for those watching this on the replay, put some comments down there. Let us know what you think, and we'll brainstorm some ideas, make it fun for you guys and for us as well. So let us know, and, you know, it would help the channel as well, guys. As far as upgrading things, background, you know, we want to upgrade the camera for sure. Yeah. And a couple other things that we definitely are looking into, just the little special things, but we kind of keep it like
and again, guys, we're not trying
surprise.
to go crazy either, you know, because we, you know, we're still, you know, obviously we've only been streaming for 3 months now, so, you know, we're just trying to, you know, we're really happy about everything and the ads and the growth and, you know, just having a lot of fun doing this, and we're, you know, no complaints at all, guys. You know, that's not what we're saying, but literally out of nowhere, yeah, we got hit with all these weird demonetizations. So that this hit us completely out of left field. So it's, you know, it was just really weird, you know. And as far as upgrading things, I think you said it, you know, like the background or, you know, eventually the camera, things like that. But for now, guys, we just want to let you know because, you know, I mean, we keep it real with you guys here, and this affects obviously the whole channel in general. But we're still going to be bringing you guys all the daily Cowboy news, guys. That's never going to stop. So we're going to go ahead and jump right to it with that, guys. But seriously, and the #1 way you guys support the channel, I just want to make it clear, is by just being here in the chat, chatting with us, you know, having these conversations, this back and forth on, you know, everything NFL and Cowboys. So, you know, we really appreciate you guys here, you know, just chatting, streaming, you know, sharing the stream and just hanging out with us. So thank you guys so much. And of course, to the people who did, you know, take the time to actually donate their hard-earned money, you know, beyond thank you so much, because there's just no words for that. I know how hard everybody works for their money, so thank you so much, guys. And we, you know, you know, you guys will see it again this game day stream. Hopefully, you know, no more fighting for the mic, guys. It's gonna be exciting, especially against Green Bay. So with that, of course, Zeke,
I just wanted to touch on a couple people's comments here, and thank you guys. I mean, DJ Crown J says PayPal, which I know we can do. Doing it through Patreon, you know, it's like a fee on our side, I think, or something like that. I don't know how it works, but we're just starting that up as well, guys. So check that out. There's a link below, and also on this ticker here at the bottom. Let me see here what people are saying. Comes to donation is reasonable. Yeah, definitely, Space Castle. We definitely are not looking for anything big, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why we really want to hear from you guys, because we, you know,
what would you want to see? Like,
exactly.
What would you guys want?
I mean, you guys see, you know, what our content is, what our channel is all about, the things that we do. So, you know, we really want to hear from you guys. You know, what do you guys want? You know, we want to give you guys what you want. So,
and again, and on top of that, you know, with any kind of donation that you guys could put forth, because again, guys, if you've come in late, YouTube's just horrible right now with these ads and these partial ad situations now that they're tagging every single video with, and that little bit which was consistent and, you know, good for what we're doing here, you know, just a very little, you know, income, if you want to say, for the channel to help make it grow, help do new things. And now that's completely basically gone. It was like cut into fourths, like like 3/4 is like cut off of that. So it just kind of makes it just kind of crappy here on YouTube in that sense, you know. But we're not going to stop. We're going to do the videos even if nothing happens. So, thank you guys. For those that already have contributed, like and donated, like Cowboys Abroad and DJ Crown J, thank you guys tremendously. And, you know, we're looking for minimal stuff, guys. You know, that's why we said $1. We'll do special shout outs. 20 or something like that. We'll do like a special private chat, so we could just really talk with those 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 people that go over like a $20 mark. Just throwing these ideas out there, guys. Nothing is set in stone, and kind of want to move on from this, but we'll address the last couple of questions.
So and as far as specific equipment and stuff, guys, like we said, we didn't set out with like the specific goal of like, you know, earning money to get better equipment and things like that. We just kind of expected, you know, that just little by little it would naturally happen. So we'll definitely, I guess, give it a little more thought, you know, and let you guys know. For sure. But, you know, and again, we just want to be, you know, like we said, upfront and honest with you guys about all this. And, you know, like we said, hopefully, you know, this fixes itself. But in the meantime, like we said, Cowboys news all day long. So, yes, and real quick, I want to say hi. So, Space Cowboy 17, I know you said hi. I didn't get to say hi. And then Peanut 310, Stronger King, eBay Hustler, let me see, Tristan Blue. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into Zeke, because I did see Tristan Blue mention he's a Cowboy fan. Zeke don't show up. We lost defense. Well, the good news is, depending on how you see it, we were waiting all week for the verdict and nothing, guys. So that means that means that he will be playing this week against Green Bay, but you know, the fact that there still hasn't been any word at all definitely has both of us a little bit worried. But, you know, come Monday, guys, we'll still be on Zeke Zeke Court Watch, guys. So definitely keep your eyes on the channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss it when we hit you guys with the breaking news on whatever it is that, you know, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeal decides.
I mean, and that's the thing, guys, with the whole Zeke situation. the fact that it's not because if they wanted to stop him on Saturday at midnight, you know, or 8 p.m. on Saturday, or even Sunday morning, the NFL said they would do that if the NFL had ruled against against Zeke. I'm sorry, if the Fifth District Court of Appeals would have ruled against Zeke's injunction, then they would have been able to do that. But since they haven't ruled, they've gone to recess basically till Monday. So obviously he's playing. So we know that's a set in stone thing. Zeke is going to be there this weekend, and he's playing against the Packers. But aside from any news from the courts, like you said, nothing new. Just the fact that it's taking this long is a little bit fearful. You'd figure it'll be a quicker process based on the fact that we thought Zeke had a lot of in the right in this, so to speak, along with Judge, what's his name, Judge Mazant, Judge Mazant, yeah. So again, all these things still putting it together. We got to wait till Monday or Tuesday to see what happens. So, and all you guys, I see it going back to the donation thing, guys. We really don't have a dollar figure amount right now, DJ Crown J, but we will let you know when that time comes. I'm seeing Dallas Cowboys Football News. Any audio? No, that's the thing. We have no strikes. Dallas Cowboys Football News, no strikes. We've been very cautious about all that stuff. And the language, very little, if any, language.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says that we're demonetized and doesn't give a clear reason. Like we said, I actually looked at the guidelines and I really went through it. And, even there's nothing in our stream that could be considered, copying or violating or I really don't see anything, guys. I really don't. And there's lots of other videos out there that, are a little more questionable that are allowed, and there's videos that are even less questionable than our channel that have been banned. So, guys,
we're family friendly. That's the thing. Exactly, it's just very strange. It seems like they do it to every single one. So, guys, just to help us out even now, hitting like, hitting the subscribe if you're new, and hit the little notification bell. That just keeps you guys coming notified when we post a video, usually a live stream. Sometimes we do regular videos. Right now we're doing the Cowboy update, so let's move on, I guess, to the next thing here, which I guess I see a lot of guys talking about the game coming up.
Yeah, so we definitely want to touch on Green Bay, but before we can even talk about Green Bay, we need to talk about who is even going to be playing during that game. So, guys, some of our injuries, let's go ahead and dive into them. Some good news and some bad news. Yes. Number one, the GOAT, Sean Lee.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Lee, guys, not a good sign. So here's the deal with Sean Lee. They're saying, and this comes from Jerry Jones, that because of the fact that we have a bye next week, it's kind of like the Cowboys looking like they're going to rest him. They're going to rest Sean Lee. And again, I guess you could say nobody's going to be surprised if Sean Lee does not play. And that's not a good sign in the sense that if we want him to play out there, meaning probably going to rest his hamstring this weekend. He got another weekend of bye week to rest his hamstring, and he should be full blast, hopefully, for the rest of the season. They don't want to take any chances with him. That goes along with the fact that we have Hitchens, Anthony Hitchens, guys, coming back. That's amazing. It's been what, basically 5 weeks.
I know, and
it's supposed to be almost 8 weeks at least,
And between the comments that Jerry Jones has made, it sounds like he and Jalen Smith are going to be splitting a lot of that time. So hopefully that helps both of them a lot.
Yeah, but that's only when we have Sean Lee in there. Without Sean Lee, it's going to be Hitchens taking over for Sean Lee and Jalen Smith playing his position. Jalen Smith will probably play over to where Sean Lee used to play, and they're probably going to put Hitchens as the middle linebacker, making all the calls. Again, guys, that's a big Band-Aid for sure over that Sean Lee injury. So don't think that we're going down a lot, but imagine if we have both of them in there, along with Jalen Smith splitting time with Hitchens, giving him a little more breaks. Hopefully not in his knee, just breaks from the game. Yeah. And then Damian Wilson out there, Kyle Wilbur, just whatever is needed out there. I think and then Durant, guys, he's going to be out there a lot in the Deacon defense. So look for all those things. We almost have a full court, but we're missing our best guy, our leader, as Sean Lee. So don't look for him to be playing.
Yeah, but eBay Hustler, I'm not necessarily sick of Sean Lee being hurt. He's actually had some of his longest healthy stretch. I mean, he was healthy all last year.
I understand that sentiment. I understand.
I know he was frequently hurt, and I know he's been kind of back and forth. But honestly, he's great for a reason. He's as good as he is for a reason. So. Just let him heal that hamstring. And honestly, this whole weird hamstring thing, this 2017 season of the hamstring, guys, we have a lot of players dealing with a lot of hamstring injuries all the way from training camp. So this, to me, I don't want to say it's a fluke, but it just definitely feels just very out of sorts, very strange. But again, let's give him the rest. that he needs to fully heal so that he can get back to 100% and just giving it his all, especially considering that when we come back from our bye, guys, we have a very tough stretch of games.
Yeah, and again, past San Francisco, which is our easiest game, basically, for the rest of the season, the Niners, we kick it off with them, we better start winning because it's not, it's done.
It's going to really be...
And again, this game against Green Bay is a big, starting point. We get this going into the bye and get strong against San Francisco. We can then see what happens from there, leading into the toughest stretch. We really don't have any easy games at all. Chargers, I think, would be the easiest one at that point, and that's not easy, even to be on Thanksgiving and the whole thing. So, guys, thing was, Lee was at practice. Sean Lee was at practice, but he was doing, just resistance core, just again rehabbing the hamstring. So. No meaningful work as far as on the field with the team, individual drills, nothing like that, which is, of course, bad news. He's officially listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Packers because of his hamstring strain. He's not practiced in 2 weeks, guys. It's looking like he's going to miss this game, and that's my opinion. Again, the fact that we have Anthony Hitchens, it's confirmed he has 3 straight good practices, no setbacks. He's playing. He's in for this game. He's basically replacing Sean Lee, which, again, is better than what we had last week. Let's put it that way, guys. We needed Sean Lee, but Hitchens is a huge plus for our defense. Yes. Now, Tyron Smith, guys, his back is acting up. Another day of missed practice with him. Lael Collins also his ankle. He also missed practice. And again, and I say missed practice, he was limited. They were both questionable. Both are going to play, though, guys. Both are going to play, which is great news. So we keep Tyron Smith out there. Now, with Tyron Smith's issue with his back this week, Byron Bell's going to be active for this game.
Yeah, so, and also expect Jonathan Cooper to be active as well, even though Chaz Green will be in there.
Right, so. Chaz Green is healthy. I'm going to put a little asterisk next to that, but
he's healthy as he ever will be.
Right, and then we have Jonathan Cooper, who will be there. So I want to talk about the inactives, but it looks like Looney's the odd man out this week on the 8 offensive guys we have. Now, again, I want to jump to Tyron Smith just to make sure you guys understand. He's not been practicing for the second straight day because of his back tightness. And the 3 days because it's the Wednesday practice. He left the middle of practice from that. So, but again, expect him to play. The other guy we want to talk about is Anthony Brown, AB, number 30. Mm-hmm. He was limited Thursday. He was hurt on Thursday because of a sprained ankle. So, but he was on the field today during the media portion of the practice, which is good. Good sign. That means, all expectations is Anthony Brown's going to be in there and playing. No setbacks for him, so we're good there.
And I saw somebody here saying, let me see, Peanut 310, what's going on with Nolan Carroll. So
okay, we're going to talk about that right now, actually. So right now, just to reiterate, Sean Lee, Tyron Smith, Lael Collins, Anthony Brown, Nolan Carroll, and Stephen Pye are all listed as questionable. Stephen Pye missed the practice today as well. Again, knee management. I don't see him being inactive this week, even though the same thing happened last week. Yeah, missed all 3 practices and then started the game, played sporadically in the 3rd and 4th quarter, but he starts.
Yeah, guys, him and Tyron Smith both have kind of ongoing regular, problems. Paya with his knee and Tyron Smith with his back that need regular management. So definitely expect them to kind of be on and off with practicing this season because they will be resting them and then playing them when they need to just to keep them, going as healthy as long as they possibly can. So
now you guys do realize who's not on that list is Chidobe Awuzie, which is great news. Cheeto is going to be playing some big old defenso, hopefully. So, I mean, again, now Nolan Carroll being on this list leads me to believe that the Cowboys might put him as inactive this week. And again, I see Ben Wickery definitely being inactive this week with the fact that we have basically our entire cornerback staff back. But again, guys, think about this. I do think that out of all these guys that we just mentioned, the only one that probably definitely not going to go is Sean Lee. Obviously, the one we really wanted in there. But all the other guys are going to be available. Whether or not they're going to be active is a different story. But I do think that Paya will be active. Anthony Brown, of course. Collins, of course. Tyron Smith, of course. The only one might not be active would be Nolan Carroll. And my hopes is that he's kind of inactive for this game. But, yeah, just wanted to read. Go ahead. Here you go, baby.
Well, no, I just want to go ahead and catch up with the chat for a minute.
This is why we need that tiered thing so we can – kind of catch the people that are,
So, yeah. So, Ruben Benitez, thanks for joining us. We as Cowboy fans need to have faith. Irving will be there. So, yeah, David Irving, guys, he's finally back after that 4-game suspension. He was really effective against Green Bay last year. He looked super hot. I got it not in that way, but, just looked, like really on his game during training camp this year. So, I'm really excited to see him, hopefully get out guns blazing against Green Bay and be that game changer we need, guys. That's the big thing. We need a game changer. Yeah. We need, you know, either Zeke to really run the field on him, or we need Dak to just, you know, pass, or whatever it is. We need, you know, something to finally click on this Cowboys offense, really.
Well, the way I see it, going back to the David Irving situation, it's fantastic he's back, guys. He's a disruptor in the middle. He definitely gives the Packers problems. Again, watch the video. I keep saying this from last year, Week 6 at Green Bay, and also even the playoff game with Durant, with what Irving did. Especially in the Deacon defense. Yeah, Cooper Rush and McFadden.
No, Cooper Rush is in our chat.
Hey, what's up, Cooper Rush? How you doing?
I thought that was kind of funny. So, and Shallow Hal, thanks for joining us. I'd like to see Cooper Rush in garbage time.
If Cooper Rush, well, he'll be inactive. And again, if that's really Cooper Rush, man, thank you. But no, I mean, we think Cooper Rush should be the backup. And again, the reason he's probably not, and we'll say this again, Kellen Moore is probably going to be the in-game backup, and that's why he's always active, and that's why Cooper Rush is inactive. Cooper Rush will be, I would predict, let's say something ever was to happen to Dak, which hopefully would not. I would say that Kellen Moore finishes that game, of course, and then the next game is Cooper Rush's game. And you see Kellen Moore as the second stringer again as the backup, and you'll see Cooper Rush active, and of course Dak would be, let's say, inactive. And I think Cooper Rush would have a week to game plan against the next team. I think that's why they're going to try to put him as the actual backup. They might give it a try with Kellen Moore, but knowing that it could be yanked at any time to put in Cooper Rush. Either way, Cooper Rush would be active, of course, if that happened. I would predict him being the starter.
And Elite Aubrey, I get your point about Dak, and I understand a lot of the Dak hate out there is definitely a little over the top. I think people are being overly hard on just him alone, but there is no denying that you don't want a quarterback who's just fine, and Dak played fine, if that, maybe. I mean, I just, again, it's just very inconsistent. That was his big problem. You know, he might have had those great plays and those great flashes of like, Dak, but overall, you know, something was definitely just not clicking between the routes not being run right and Dak just not really, you know, connecting with the passes. A little high, a little low, just not quite there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that, I mean, when it comes to Dak, and I said this before, I'm going to say it again, I'm not putting it all on. I'm really barely putting anything on Dak on this. I kind of disagree with you in some sense because Dak had a lot of pressure in his face, especially the second half of the game. I mean, he, you know, in the first half as well. I mean, and again, a lot of Jonathan Cooper misses, you know, some breakdowns on the line, although they played better than they did against the Broncos and against a couple, you know, probably even better in the running game. They played better in the running game, I think, than they did against any other team, basically. And we stopped doing the run. My point is that Dak was put in a bad position because of the coaches. No. Dak was forced to have to go 3rd and 11, and even though he can do that sometimes, it's not the way our offense runs. So it's not a diss on Dak. Dak is a great quarterback, and he can win games on his own and bring us back from games on his own, but we're not giving him – when they're taking away Beasley and we don't make adjustments, that's not Dak's fault. Dak has nobody to throw to, and he's got to be forced to either throw it, you know, into tight places or to, you know, to get the pressure in his face and make bad throws. Now, a couple passes were dropped. Dez dropped the pass. T. Will dropped the pass. You know, Beasley was overthrown. On some plays, Beasley was overthrown. Dez was overthrown. So some of it's on Dak. Some of it's on the offensive line. Some of it's on the receivers. It was a team effort when it came to that. But the catalyst was the coaching decisions on the offensive coordinator, Scott Linehan, and Jason Garrett. I'm sorry, it starts from the top. No, and that's why I'm saying. And again, it's not on Dak. And no matter how you go back on Dak, some of it's on Dak. It's always on the quarterback. He's the leader, guys.
No, I agree, but Dallas Cowboy Football News, I will disagree with you. I just because Dez Bryant's the highest paid player doesn't mean that, you know, more of the responsibility falls on him. You know, as much as your money value does mean something to the team overall, at the end of the day, it's...
But here's another thing. How's this?
I understand it hurts the team in the sense of, you know, the quality of other players that you may or may not be able to get. That I understand. But what I'm saying is that just because Dez gets paid more doesn't mean he should have more of the responsibility. He can't control some of the things that, like you said, the coaches, you know, call, you know, if they only throw him the ball once or twice, or, you know, it just, it's kind of a team effort. Again, you can't put it all on Dez. You can't put it all on Dak. It goes on all of them. But I will say the majority is on the coaches.
And again, we agree on that, and I think everybody out there agrees. I think everybody out here agrees on that. But again, as far as the Dez factor, Dez has been locked down by a lot of the better cornerbacks in the league, especially weeks 1 through 3. And again, he had his best game, as we said, against the Rams. But when they start to either force it to him, you know, in situations where Dak might he overthrew him a couple of times. He was pressured. It's a combination of factors, but we targeted him a bunch of times, and just, there was a couple of miscommunications. I don't know if it was Dez's fault or Dak's fault, but either way, it was miscommunications out there. There was a lot of misses. So I hope we just improve from that as a team, but that comes down to our coaching staff putting us in the right position. Yes. And Vach Lombardi, what's up, man? I love your channel. He's got some great stuff. If you guys are on here and new, just definitely join and subscribe to his channel. He's got some good stuff, really good content, all NFL stuff. A Cowboy fan. And again, I agree with what he's saying, because again, the points that we scored on these teams is he's listing there: 30 on the Rams, 28 on the Cardinals, 17 on Denver, 19 on the Giants. That's not easy for a lot of teams to do. So even though we're playing decent offense, imagine if we had played a little less errors against the Rams in the first half, we win. More of a running game and concentrating on the run, we win against the Rams. We might beat,
look, it wasn't as pretty as it was last season, but we are getting points on the board against, these defenses that are, some of the best defenses in the league. Like we said, these first few chunks of games we're going to be facing, Denver at home, New York. And guys, these were not easy teams. So,
and teams also good defenses is the key. And again, that's the thing. The way we win games, even though you need a defense to win games, is putting your defense in the best position. This is what our whole team is about, putting our team in the best positions to win. Utilize the strengths. And that's what we went away from against the Rams in the second half. We went away from running the ball, which we were doing. That was probably, I think, our best effort with the offensive line blocking, even with Cooper getting thrown in the fire there at the last second. We had the best running start to a game in any of the games, I believe. Better than the Giants, better than the Cardinals, better than the Broncos, obviously. So we went away from it. We had like 4 or 5 runs this third quarter, and by then we were down by 2. Because, again, we put our defense in a difficult situation. Whether it was a kick return in the first half that put them on a 35, gave them away 3 points on special teams, gave away that touchdown by Switzer with trying to run the ball off the punt, gave them away a touchdown. That's 10 points right there. It should be 24. Should be 24-3 at halftime, and it changes the whole thing. So and then the second half we just went away from everything, and the Cowboys defense, eventually broke down. You give an offense enough chances, they will break our defense down, and that's why we're not built like that. We're not built to stop every single drive. We're built to bend and not break, to hold teams to field goals, which we did to the Rams. Look how much, 7 times.
That's impressive.
21 points on field goals.
Yeah, and especially considering the time of possession, the Rams had the ball. Guys, I'm blown away defensively how well we held up. And again, without Sean Lee, without
Awuzie, without even if you want to say Nolan Carroll for depth, we have Ben Wickery out there. So guys, looking at we didn't have Irving back, of course. We didn't have Hitchens out there. So put it all together, it's a puzzle that's incomplete. And you saw it break down. You saw the puzzle get broken in the second half. But why? If the offense, we didn't go 3 and out 3 times in a row, different game. We win this game, I think, against the Rams. The offense went away from what worked.
Even one field goal would have changed the game.
But again, if I want to go back, and I said this last time, the issue is this. We run the ball, right? First down. And even when Zeke got stopped against the Rams in the first half, and even in the second half, we might have fell forward for a yard. He fell forward. He got 2 yards. The next play we throw, and now you got 3rd and 8. And and then you incomplete or 3rd and 8. Now you're 4th and 5 or 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, putting Dak and the offense in not the way that their offense is supposed to run. The offense is supposed to run through Zeke, starting, and then Dak picked the team apart once we established the running game. We went away from that in the second half, and the Rams took advantage of that, and that's why they won. And I think that the fact that the Cowboys went away from the run and allowed Dak to then get in bad. We did this with Romo multiple times in the Romo years. We put Romo in 3rd and 15s, or 3rd and 16s on a penalty or holding or something like that, and then he'd throw an interception. And again, we're putting Dak in a similar situation. We cannot, and I'm not saying that he can't. Dak can come back and win games for us, guys. He did it against Green Bay last year in the playoffs, and he should have been overtime. Again, so it's nothing against Dak. It's just the coaching staff is just putting him in a situation where we're putting him to not lose the game. Or to give a chance to losing the game almost, and then forcing him to Dak will pick it up in the end and win. Well, no. Why don't I just win the game running the ball with Zeke, control the clock, control the game, get touchdowns, not field goals, and rest our defense? That's our blueprint to winning games. and we went away from that in the second half against the Rams.
I agree. So, and I'm not sure if I agree with you, Cooper Rush, in the sense that hyping up Dak and Zeke is bad karma on Dallas. Just because, again, I mean, like Lead Aubrey said, we had good reason to be excited. We went 13-3 with these two rookies. These two rookies, one of them who was definitely expected to perform to be great, and another one who came out of left field and performed great, guys. So, we got very, very lucky with our rookies. We got very spoiled with our rookies last year, too. Don't forget, Anthony Brown was also part of that rookie class. 6th-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. And, hey, is there another 6th-round pick this year that's making a splash on our team right now? Xavier Woods. So, he's 6th round, right? Yeah.
5th, 6th, 7th, something like that.
Okay, either way, yeah. I know he was picked very late, guys. So, either way, we've gotten very lucky this past year or two that our rookies are performing so well. Jordan Lewis is doing great, Chidobe Awuzie. So, let's continue to, let these rookies perform well. And let's really hope that Dak and Zeke and really our whole offense kind of turns the tide and, can really start, I don't know, improving, guys, getting more solid. Yeah, so let's see. DeMarcus 008. What's up? How are you doing? I agree. So let me see. Let me back up here. I think
Xavier Woods.
Yeah,
defensive X factor, baby. I do see Woods eventually, not right now, but because the coaches love Jeff Heath so much. But I do see him one day taking over. I also can see if they could work him into this. I would love to see someone like Awuzie go to that other safety position and get Jeff Heath out of there as our special teams guy, backups, emergency safety. And then we can have Xavier Woods even playing like a fourth cornerback. You understand? So we have, Lewis, Anthony Brown, Skandrick, and then we have like Xavier Woods as maybe a fourth dime package corner, which I think he would be able to do that. And he's physical, aggressive, like Awuzie is at safety. Byron Jones, and people are saying move him to corner. I think that we need to get these guys, keep these guys on the field. Number 31, Byron Jones. I do think he's playing fantastic this year overall. He's made some bad decisions on a couple coverages, and he made some bad decisions on some runs, not stopping the run in a certain situation, being in the right spot. But outside of that, he's been one of the better players in our defense. And consistently well, breaking up third downs, knocking away touchdowns in the end zone against the Broncos. I mean, he did some great stuff, and I like the way he tackles, goes out there. And he actually helped Jalen Smith because he was blocked out of almost every play last week in the second half against the Rams.
Not pretty.
Yeah, and so Byron Jones would be the one saving it a lot of the time. So, don't down on him too much. I think he's very good, but we need somebody else to complement him. And Jeff Heath is not the guy. He's out of position in Arizona. He got burnt there. He fell down against Denver. He got burned against the Rams. Gurley. Guys, every week he blows a big play on our team. And look at it. If we save those couple of touchdowns, we blow out the Cardinals by a lot more. We beat the Rams. I mean, these are Jeff Heath isms.
Yes. So, and then T, what is up? Thanks for joining us. Shallow House says, Dak getting hit more this year. Want to see what Rush can do. Rush can stay tight exactly where he is. Kellen Moore, stay right where you are. I don't even care. I want Dak on the field.
Yeah. Dak's the man. We're going to work with Dak, guys.
There's just no way around that. And then Vosh Lombardi says, how do you feel about Cheeto at strong safety, Xavier Woods a free safety, and putting Byron back at corner?
And again, that's what people. I just actually made a mention about that. The fact. I mean, it really depends how Xavier Woods, I believe, can play at this moment. And obviously, we've seen a lot, but he's been like the 5th guy or 6th guy, defensive back. So we need more. I think we need more to see from him. But he has a high upside, guys. This is his rookie year, and he's a late round pick. I love it. But again, I don't want to jump the gun. Let me
put it to you this way: maybe not against Green Bay.
Maybe against the Niners.
Yeah, but maybe against the Niners, it would be nice to see because, again, I think we'd get a different feel for it and any kind of rookie mistake. And not just that, but remember, if we're moving Byron, he needs to kind of remember what he needs to do there. Everyone needs to take a little bit of time to adjust to wherever we're moving him to and get a good game plan, have a whole week, plus the bye to really plan for it. So, just my personal thoughts if they didn't want to go that way. But I would really love to see Byron back as a corner just because I think he could really help out there.
And again, if you guys watch him in the games too and covering, he plays a lot of not safety position. He plays a lot of that corner, a lot of bump and run, a lot of close. Again, when they do play that, which unfortunately we haven't seen much of this season on a consistent basis. So when you see him playing and he comes up, does a great job making tackles. He does do well at that cornerback position. Now, he played both of those in college. He played it for the Cowboys the first year. He played at corner. So, again, I like that. I want to see us get the best players on the field. So if I was going to say it that way, I would say I want Anthony Brown. I want Jordan Lewis. I want Xavier Woods. I want Byron Jones. That's 4, right? And then, when you go into other packages, I want I guess you could throw Skandrick in there.
Yeah, you kind of have to because we
Awuzie. I think Awuzie. Awuzie, Skandrick. That's 2 more. So that's right there. Those are the 6 guys I want to see out there on dime packages. I don't care where you put them. I just want to see it. I want to see them out there. And I think that's the versatility of the Cowboys defense is why we drafted these guys. This is why, we have these guys on our team. And the versatility is key. And not just on these positions in the defensive backfield, but at linebacker, you see it from fullback to linebacker. You see it from, offensive line, the way a lot of guys can play multiple positions. And, and our defensive line as well, rotational situations on there. So, look, I wanted to say that Jerry Jones did say that David Irving, he expects a lot from him. He would also be very surprised if Tyron Smith did not play, but not surprised if Sean Lee did not play. So, again, guys, all signs pointing to thumbs down with Sean Lee playing this week. But Hitchens is back.
For us, of course, guys. Yeah. I mean, we want to see Sean Lee out there, but at the same time, we'd rather have him healthy for the long term than here for the short term.
And, guys, the plus is that we get Hitchens back. If Hitchens wasn't coming back, you might see us trying to really push him out there a little more, Sean Lee. So without both those guys, we're in trouble. You saw what happened last week, and even with that, we still hung in the game. So, you can't be too down on our team, guys. And again, I'm losing a lot of the chats, and I'm so sorry because it's flowing so fast. But I wanted to discuss a matchup situation. For instance, Des Bryant against is Kevin King, I think, is the guy that's going to be covering, and Clinton Dix. Those guys are going to be matched up on Dez. How about Ezekiel Elliott establishing the run against the Packers defense? I mean, Zeke has run all over this defense last year 2 times. Let's go back to that, Scott Linehan. Let's get this thing rolling on the ground.
I really think that's going to be our saving grace. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that's really going to be able to turn the tide for the Cowboys, because that's really our biggest weapon that we can use the most. I mean, I hate to put so much on Zeke, and considering the way the season started already, it's going to be in our offensive line. But at the end of the day, against a team like Green Bay, it kind of goes back to you have to outscore them, because our defense is going to bend, and once or twice they are going to break, and we need to plan for that, because Aaron Rodgers is, Aaron Rodgers, and he does have, quite a few weapons on Green Bay. He can make a lot of things happen back there. We know how dangerous he is. So in order for us to contain him, we kind of have to be a step ahead. That's been, again, a key part of the Cowboys' success. I'm really hopeful that the coaching staff, can make, some better decisions this game. And again, just run the ball, give the ball to Zeke, and run the ball.
I mean, establish that run, guys. We want to see Zeke eating. Again,
that's the big one.
The thing for me was that I don't know why it seemed like the Cowboys ran the ball. I think they ran 4 times on first down in the third quarter, the whole entire third quarter, 4 times. One was and the fifth time on first down, I think it was after a first down on the 4th drive. After 3 and outs, in the 4th drive, we had a first down. So the first down, we threw it incomplete. So we had an incompletion on first down on a pass, and then the other 4 runs were like a total of like 4 yards or something like that. It was horrible, but they went away from it. My point is, I don't think they ran many times on second down in the third quarter. They went to pass, and then again, and this is what I'm trying to say, is that even though they only got 4 yards, guys, most of the time when Zeke ran that ball, and almost not every time, but a couple times he got stopped for a loss, but most of the time he fell forward for a yard or 2. So you're ready. Okay, so it's 2nd and 8. You run again. Now you get 3 or 4 yards. I mean, he was pounding out consistently in the first half, 3 or 4 yards at least. And then they went away from that. And you see, that's what scares me against Green Bay. If they start doing that and then they start going away and trying to put Dak in 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 10s and 3rd and 11s.
Already shifting. You can feel
and that's going to be how we lose this game. Because if we keep going 3 and out and having to put the defense on the field, and Aaron Rodgers is going to pick us apart. Now, last year we used Durant in that Deacon defense. And I don't know if anybody's as good as him right now doing that. So that's why we need Durant as our 4th linebacker when it's basically a Deacon or a three-man front with basically Irving playing the nose tackle. And he's gonna definitely destroy stuff in the middle. Then Durant's gonna drop back into a soft zone to watch for the slants. As soon as Rodgers finishes looking underneath for his checkdowns, he's gonna look deeper. That's when Durant comes in and is the 4th lineman, basically. He's just a late delayed blitz, and that's the Deacon defense, and that they worked great against him last year, both in the playoffs, but especially in the first matchup. And Rodgers has a problem with that. Now, Rodgers and the Packers, they love to do a quick huddle, so no huddle. So the Cowboys have to be aware with their rotating defense, not get caught. And this is what I've been saying last year. I said this for the playoff game, that
Didn't we get caught?
Yes,
I don't know if
the
it
first
was,
play of the game. It was the first
go.
one of the first plays of the game. The Packers caught us off guard, and I said, I knew this. I said,
Downfield.
we have to make sure we're quick because they love to do this the whole year to do it. And what did the Cowboys do? First time we're on defense, we were caught switching guys off the field slowly. What the hell? We need to make sure that this is coaching, guys. This is coaching more than players, and they're not rushing them off the field. We got caught with our hand in the cookie jar, and it led to a 21-3 first half, lead for them until we started slowly coming back on Dak's arm. So keep that in mind, guys. It wasn't with Zeke anymore. We could not establish the run, and we ended up losing even with all those things against us. So, again, guys, I'm hoping this year we are ready. I think we match up well. I think I will say even game planning, especially on defense, I think we do it well against the Packers. I think that we have most of our weapons back is also a big plus against the Packers to our defensive side of things. The offensive side has to come together, though, because we're not getting anyone new. We're getting Chaz Green back, we think, if nothing else acts up. And then, we got our little hurt Tyron Smith. Hopefully we don't need Byron Bell. And again, I do think I see some people talking about Green. I like Green overall. He just can't stay healthier than Cooper, and that's the problem. So I feel more confident in Cooper with a week of practice. They split reps this week, guys. So they split first-team reps. So Cooper might go in there if his hip starts acting up for Chaz Green. So can't rely on Chaz Green. And I was also thinking, well, why don't, if something happens to Tyron Smith, move Chaz Green to tackle, and then move Cooper into guard. So that's another option you might see from the Cowboys if need be later on in the season. Hopefully not this week. Sorry, guys, I'm running. That's why I'm saying I'm looking right here, and I'm glad you definitely converse in the chat with each other. I'll try to get up much stuff as I can. This could be worked into some kind of the donation deal, guys. If you do and are interested in helping out, like we said, Patreon, you can do it through there. We're gonna probably start doing some new stuff for the ones that have already donated, little tiers and levels. As my fiance earlier in the video. And again, I was thinking something that could highlight the chat somehow. I'm going to figure something out like that. When you guys do donate, we'll highlight you. So we'll see your questions a little easier. I know they have that donate thing. We're not up to 1,000, that super chat. We're not at the 1,000 mark yet. But because of that whole YouTube crazy ad situation that they basically cut like 3/4 out of what we were using to upgrade the channel, which is minimal in the first place. Now they cut it basically, 75% out. Based on this new policy they have, which is saying it's not suitable for ads. Our channel is not suitable for ads. We don't curse. It's a family-friendly channel, and they find something wrong with it no matter what. So I don't know what's going on the YouTube side of things, but that's why we are offering that ability. And again, your guys' comments on here, you guys back and forth. That's why we were thinking of maybe making like a higher tier, a special private chat with just the people that donated a certain amount, a certain level, and just to like really be able to address the questions, like a question stream just with you guys, and just we can really brainstorm it together. So again, Cowboys Abroad, DJ Crown J, you guys are fantastically awesome for what you guys donated and helping our channel out. And everybody else as well. I mean, Cowboys Abroad and DJ as well. You guys also, your content on here, talking, the back and forth, the questions, it helps our channel. We love it. And just, the fact that you guys come here and join us is fantastic. Hit that like button. That helps as well. And watch the ads. That helps a lot as well, guys. When they are up, again, they're getting stripped. And again, they're minimal, short little ads. And it helps enough to get new equipment and stuff for our channel. And again, not as much as as the donations we've had, though. And our mic is on the way. So I'm so looking forward to that for this game day live stream, guys. It's going to be fun. We're going to have our own microphones. You're going to hear myself and the fiance, our every comment. It should be interesting. Anybody miss Doug Free? Shallow House says, I don't miss him. I really don't. I'm going to stick with that because Doug Free made too many mistakes still. Tobias T. I just don't see how we can stop Rodgers without Sean Lee. I mean, Sean Lee was burned last year in the playoffs. He had 2 or 3 weeks to prepare for them, and he said he was ready. He was burned by the tight end. I'm not saying that as definite, but, Sean Lee definitely helps 100%. He had a bad game in the playoffs last year, which I was disappointed by him in that performance. But aside from that, I mean, I'll move this way, baby. There you go. Aside from that, I mean, I agree with you, but I do think that our defense is actually overall better this season than last. But with the inexperience, with the injuries, with the suspensions, you're seeing what's happening with all that. And we're still doing pretty damn well, I will say. As time goes on, I think by week 8, week 9, week 10, our defense is going to be fantastic, with assuming no setbacks and nothing further. Maybe the Damian Wilson thing, I guess, would be the only thing that could be hurting us from here on out.
Yeah, which, again, we don't expect that decision until I think it is like late. Yeah, I think the next update we have on that is supposed to be in late October, but, as soon as we hear anything, we'll definitely keep you guys posted on any of that. So, I just want to take a quick second to say thanks to everybody who's watching right now. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Definitely make sure to hit like on the stream. It does help out the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that notification bell so you guys get the update on when we go live, especially since they're going to be doing our Green Bay. There you go, guys. A little bit of humor. Green Bay stream. Oh my goodness, our Green Bay stream this Sunday, of course, 4 o'clock Eastern time. So I do believe it is on Fox, at least here on the East Coast.
And we're getting it, guys. And the good news on our side is that we don't have to stream the game. It's going to be live on our HD antenna.
Yeah,
so we got the game. It's going to be on. We're going to be ahead of you guys probably a little bit.
We'll be able to keep up with the chat a little bit better, and we'll still be focusing mainly on the plays as they're happening. So you'll definitely still be getting our full reaction to that.
Wolf Rider just saying thank you. What's up? And by the way, it reminds us, hit like. Wolf Rider. But that reminds us, for the mods, guys, we need you guys, all the mods, Mr. Wright, Cowboys Abroad, Wolf Rider, to be out here to mod for us for the game day. We get thousands of people. I'm talking about tens of thousands of people on here sometimes. And so it's hard for us to keep up when we're watching the game and trying to.
Yeah, but no, you guys, seriously, you do a great job of keeping our streams, fun and interesting, and just making sure that everybody stays respectful, because we know the internet is made for trolls. But seriously, guys, thank you so much. And let me see.
I know Tobias, YouTube does. I'm sorry, but YouTube, it's disappointing. What they've been doing since like March or May or something like that.
This started, I know, last year, but it was, it didn't really get too bad until I think March or April of this year, when a lot of other people were hit.
That was before we even thought about doing this. So it has nothing to do with that for us. We didn't even know.
It has
to do with the new wave of stuff that they're doing now, which is making it almost impossible to do something like this for anything. For any kind of, I guess you could not really. I mean, just for any kind of I don't know, help, you want to call it that. So, but yeah, I want to ask some questions on here. Struggling, definitely Peanut. I agree. There's some chemistry struggles on the offensive line, but I think they're getting better. The fact that we didn't have Cooper in there, I know we need Green to stay healthy. Peanut, I agree 100%. But Cooper, I think he had more snaps this week. Last week he had like a half a day of snaps, if that, walk-through snaps on Friday when this hip issue started with Chaz Green. But this week he split time with Chaz Green. And the good news is that means that Cooper is, I think he'll be ready, much better off this week than last week. You can see the difference in his blocking. But aside from that, I think L. Collins did okay. I think the rest of the line did okay. Zach Martin was thrown around a couple times. We were playing against one of the best defensive tackles in the league, Aaron Donald. So take all these things in consideration. Our offensive line should be the best in the league and should be doing a better job still. But in the run, I thought we were doing a great job, and we got away from that. That's a whole. We've repeated that. Let me see here. I agree with Peanut. DeMarcus says he agrees with T. T says, let me see, they're talking now. Vince Voch Lombardi says, this is dope. You're awesome. Thank you, Voch. We appreciate it. We love your channel too, guys. Check him out. Space Cowboy 17. I mean, there's a bunch of people on here. How about them Cowboys? He's not on right now, but he's got a decent channel too. Yes. And all the big names like Law Nation, they've stopped by here before, and Mark Holmes and Shango. Big shout outs to him and his channel. You guys all know the big names. We're just happy to just be here with you guys and doing our daily thing, guys, daily. So, we want to make it easier so we can discuss things more with you guys and not miss so many questions. So we have a lot of things in mind when it comes to that. And again, check out our Patreon account, guys. Any little bit helps, so thank you. So let's see here. Yeah, here. So DeMarcus agrees. I agree with him. DJ Crown J, what's up? You guys should do donations on game days. It would really give people a reason to donate. I mean, we're gonna. I hate promoting it like that. I like promoting our channel a little bit more than having to promote donations.
Again, when it comes to our channel, like I definitely stand behind the content that we make, and that I have no problem promoting, because at least
we're proud of it.
Yeah, we're proud of it, and I feel like we do a pretty good job, at least, of giving you guys as much of the facts and as
being as non-biased, we're biased we're Cowboy fans, so that's not going to change. But we really try to keep it real as possible. And again, we have our kids involved in here, to make it a family-friendly channel, keep us from going curse crazy. Because trust me, we would without the kids. We have to run into the curse room, and luckily also on the video, we got to keep it family-friendly, and for everyone, and trust me, we do curse, we do get enraged, as you can see against the Broncos. I had to leave. I couldn't deal with it in the Broncos.
You guys have obviously heard us, so unfortunately,
we slip once in a blue moon.
We slip, but we do our best here, guys.
Right,
but
so we appreciate whether it's content, you guys just by questions and stuff like this, or by watching the ads, or by donating, guys. all of this stuff, or just hitting the like button. We all appreciate. We all, my entire Cowboys family appreciates it, from our family to yours. And you're all part of the My Cowboys family. So thank you for everything, guys.
Yes, absolutely. And let me go ahead and finish catching up. So we get more views on Facebook and more money hashtags and bring in many more people. So yeah, we're on Facebook already.
And Twitter.
You know, we're on Twitter. Still trying to figure out Instagram. We'll keep you guys posted. Yeah. But, you know, guys, we're doing our best here to really grow. But, you know, if you guys do know any Cowboy fans or just general football fans, you know, make sure to share this out, because we are going to be, hopefully, like we said, we just want to continue to, you know, share our love and our passion for the Cowboys and really break it down for you guys. But we are going to continue to make, you know, different kinds of content, different things, you know, and we really want to hear from you guys what you guys think. So, and then Kurt McKelvey, hey family, your wife looks younger. Hopefully that's a good thing. Then you see Ken Bilbo, let's go Cowboys.
I'll say this, she is younger than me.
Yes, so... yeah, maybe by a year or two. So let's see. Kevin Bilbo, let's go Cowboy Nation. Let's be positive about the Cowboys. The season's still young. Yes, guys.
Very young. 12 games.
Yes.
Come on.
You know, it's definitely not, you know, the greatest thing to look at, you know, our schedule after that bye week. I'm not going to lie and say it's not rough, but it's definitely doable. And if anyone can do it, it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to actually say this. I believe, looking at the schedules, all the schedules, the Eagles, the Giants, the Skins, and ours, they're all tough. But I do see the Eagles have the easiest one in the next couple of weeks. I think they're gonna actually kind of break away a little bit, but I think as the end of the season comes on, it's gonna be tough for the Eagles, guys. I think they're gonna lose a lot of games towards the second half of the season. We have it tough too. Don't get me wrong, but if we can go 8-4 the rest of the season, that's a 10-6 record, guys. I think, and that's looking as hopeful as possible. I guess I don't see us going 11-5. I see 10-6 with a tough schedule. It's 8 wins. We gotta win 8 wins. We gotta go 8-4. I think that is possible, guys. You look at the Niners, the Chargers. We need 6 more now. You know, split a Redskin, let's say, split an Eagle. That's 4. So now we need 4 more out of our remaining games. We got some tough ones. We got the Chiefs, the Falcons, I said the Redskins, but we have Chiefs, Falcons, the Raiders, Seattle. I mean, we got a lot of tough games still. Out of those 4, we can't rely on winning all those 4. So we have to kind of maybe sweep the Redskins. Maybe try to hopefully that last game in Philly won't be as important, but I predict it will be for the division. So, you know, it's a long way to go in the season. No giving up on this side, guys, even though sometimes we feel it. We all have gone through that.
We're going to be real with you guys, because when it hurts, and it hurts really bad. And we never want to see the Cowboys do badly or lose or whatever, but, you know, win, lose, draw, whatever, or not draw, but win, lose, or tie.
Could be a tie.
Yeah. We're Cowboys fans no matter what, guys, but, you know, we're going to share all of our real thoughts and real emotions, you know, so when they win, you get to see us crazy happy, crazy loud, but obviously when they lose, you know, I mean, it's not easy coming back that Monday after a loss to break down all the things that went wrong with the Cowboys. It hurts, but... you know what? The only way they can get better is if we figure out what went wrong and try to fix it.
And guys, see this right here? Number 31. That's why I'm wearing this tonight, because I want to make sure we are the defense. I want to get that defensive mindset where I think we got most of our defense back. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna need every single guy, including especially Byron Jones, out there, really, you know, I guess you could say pushing our defense to make those important stops when we need them, when we bending but not breaking kind of situation. And that's why we need 31 out there.
And going back to getting sacks, because one thing we did really
well this game
the
quarterback,
was we got a lot of pressure, but we weren't really able to kind of break through. You know, exactly break through.
Especially the second half, though. The first half we got pressure, didn't get sacks. We got 1 sack when DeMarcus. Yeah, but the second half.
Mayola, right?
No. That got the sack.
Yeah.
No, it was DeMarcus Lawrence. He got the sack, yeah. Okay. DeMarcus is a 7.5. Clay Matthews is 2.5. He's their league lead. He's their team leader. So but they're only 2 sacks overall worse than us. So you know, they have 10, we have 12 as a team.
Have to spread out over more guys.
Right. So I mean, that's why it's a little more difficult to figure out who it is. It's more of a team blitzing, team rushing, pressuring situation for the Packers. For us, we obviously have 1, 2 guys that are specialists. Now with Irving back, that should be 3. And again, we have DeMontre Morris before. You know, we should have more from him. Hopefully we will. So, you know, there's a lot of things pieces that are coming together this week, and that pressure is where it starts and ends, guys. And that goes with the linebackers need to help out there too, stopping the run and putting pressure on the quarterback. Whichever team can do that wins the games usually. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can do at least that. And it's going to be hard to do that against Rodgers when it comes to stopping the pass, but we got to put pressure on him. So.
So, and Manuel, you make a good point. So do we change up the play calling a little bit now, or do we stay predictable? So I think one of the reasons, though, you know, the
both.
first half of the Rams game went so well is because we started being a little bit more unpredictable. You know, we saw the Cowboys at least try a few different things, and that's the thing. They don't have to change their whole, you know, plan or the whole way they run their offense, but they do need to mix it up a little bit and just make smarter decisions. And we saw them changing it up and, again, just be very effective. We managed to, again, you saw it during the stream, guys, where we saw a few of the same formations we've all seen hundreds of times, and I would say, oh yeah, they're gonna run the ball, and then, oh no, it's a play action where
again,
it was just
that's the thing I want to say.
Something a little bit different, at least in that first half of the game, that I did like offensively.
But even with all that passing we did on first down sometimes and certain formations, guess what we did more of? Run the damn ball.
Running. And that's the
but that's what
difference.
We're missing that though. We don't want to be that unpredictable. We don't want to be unpredictable. We're passing first, second, and third down. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe it's the opposite. We need to be more predictable. We need to run more and run.
It's a happy medium, in my opinion. It's a happy medium. We have to think about, you know, being able to establish the run, but throwing in a surprise pass or a rollout pass, getting Dak out of the pocket if the pocket cannot be held. And that's the thing we didn't do against the Rams enough. And we stopped doing it after that play that got us a touchdown with T. Will against the Giants. We did that same play, and number 22 from the Rams backed off and almost picked them off, knocked the ball down. And then after that, we stopped rolling Dak out in the third, and that's it. That was it. That was the third quarter play. And again, we stopped doing that. And we broke down, I believe. We just broke down, both stopping running the ball and trying to pass too much. When we had a lead, we had an ability to chew up time on the clock with a lead of 11 points, or at that time, I guess it was 8, because they had kicked the field goal. But still, we had control of the game. We continue to give it away on 3 and outs. Cannot do that. We got to establish a run, predictable or not. They stop Zeke, and he falls forward for 2 yards. Run the ball again. He'll fall forward for 4. Now it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and that's it. You know, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Now we can run or pass. And it becomes much easier for Dak to pick the opposing team apart.
Yes.
And they have Beasley doubled on us, guys. Remember that. Every team has doubled Beasley pretty much this whole entire season, and that's hurt our team a lot this year. It's hurt Dak as his emergency check down guy.
No,
so
I agree, but Asad Lalani makes a good point. He says that we need interceptions, and yeah, guys, I mean,
that comes from the rush, though, too, guys. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to. Aaron Rodgers is not going to just throw interceptions.
Interceptions are a team effort. You know, other than Eli Manning, no one's just going to give it away to us.
Well, we need the pressure. Kidding. We need pressure by our front line, and we need to reestablish that. And that's very important. And again, the Packers have a decent line, but they also give up sacks against the Bengals, a whole bunch. So I think they give up 6 or something. So we need to get in there and get pressure. If we can do that, we got Irving, we got not DeMontre Moore, but we got him too. But we got DeMarcus Lawrence. We have Mayowa can pressure. We got a lot of guys in there that can, Crawford, DeMontre Moore, as I said, Stephen Paya to help stop the run. Malik Collins, who's our second leading sack guy, and tied with Clay Matthews with 2.5 sacks. So we have a lot of talent right there. We need to get through. And again, I want to talk in a minute about the inactives for this game. I think it's going to be interesting this week.
Yeah, so guys, and just to do kind of a quick recap on all the news we've talked about today, and before I do that, make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. We did talk about our little YouTube ADpocolypse demonetization. After that, we did update you guys on the Ezekiel Elliott news that there is no news. Hopefully, we do find out more on Monday. Other than that, he is eligible to play this week against Green Bay. Let me see. We talked about our injuries, the biggest one being Sean Lee, most likely not playing. Good news, Anthony Hitchens most likely is playing. Other than that, we can expect to see Chidobe Awuzie as well. Nolan Carroll still questionable. Paya questionable. Expect him to play. Tyron Smith as well. So let me see.
Xavier Woods.
Yes, that's it. Well,
I
I'm like, wait a minute, he wasn't. All right, guys. So other than that, we did talk a little bit more in depth about more one-on-one matchups as far as Cowboys Green Bay with Dez and a few players, and what we feel are the key to winning these games, which is mainly run Zeke, and some of the mistakes and other things that we've seen so far in this 2017 season with the Cowboys, things that we want to see them improve, and of course who is actually going to be playing in that game. As far as we have Byron Bell who's going to be active, Jonathan Cooper is going to be active because of Tyron Smith.
So you watch for me here, baby. Let me know. We have to have 7 inactive. So let's start off with Sean Lee.
All right, so we got
he's going to be inactive. Let's assume he's not playing. He'll be inactive. Let's go to Cooper Rush. We know he's on that list.
Yeah.
That's 2. We have
Nolan Carroll. I'm seeing.
Well, hold on. Before Nolan Carroll, I know. Let's go with the for sure's. I mean, let's actually put down Sean Lee for a second. Let's do like this. Let's do Cooper Rush. These are the weekly for sure's. Cooper Rush, assuming Darren McFadden. And then we're going to probably have like Ben Wickery because we have our entire cornerback staff back. So those 3 guys definitely out. Add in Sean Lee. That's 4. So we have 3 spots open. So then now we go down to who we're going to start taking out. Noah Brown? Question mark? I don't think so. Do we have? Do we take out? Now we got to go to linemen. Usually we take.
Taco?
Well, and Taco, and I'm going to get to him. But offensive linemen. Now we're going to need. We're going to see. We have 3 backups. We have Looney, who plays basically as our center, a backup center. We have Jonathan Cooper, who's our backup center / backup to Chaz Green at left guard, and then we have Byron Bell, who's basically our backup to Tyron Smith. So who do we keep? The odd man out to me is Looney. So that's 5, right?
5.
That's 5 guys. We have 2 spots open now. So I agree with you, baby. And we said this. We talked about this before. Taco Bell is out on this one, I think.
No quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, and again, and 7 because I see him on this list. On the questionable list, when it comes to Nolan Carroll, I think that'll be an excuse for the Cowboys to put him on as the 7th guy. So I mean, again, that means we're back down to 5 cornerbacks.
Now, are you sure that they wouldn't maybe put Ben Wickery active just because of the fact that what happened last time?
Exactly.
And
in
that case, who would you put in?
Ben Wickery on and make. Now, if you have Nolan Carroll out there as active, then then we have to find one more guy. So you're basically asking me who's that odd man out, right? That swing vote. I guess you could have whatever rotation you want. I would say probably going to come, because we have Irving back, probably going to come from Brian Price.
Right, Brian Price.
And again, he's done some things, but I don't see much from him this year. I've seen him play a lot, actually, but not much results. And I see Noah Brown. He's given us results. He's made some catches. He's done some blocking. He's using a lot of offensive packages. So between those 2 guys, I think is what you're seeing. I would love to see Kellen Moore out and Cooper Rush in. We know it's not going to happen. But again, I think that we're going to see. I think that's where you see that change over there. I think you keep Kevon Frazier. Again, I would say Jeff Heath, but he's going to be in there.
Yeah.
And so I would say Brian Price would be the odd man out if we have an issue with having to keep one more guy out there, whether it's Nolan Carroll or Ben Wickery. So that's my guess, Nation. Let me know what you guys think.
No, I have to say I do agree with you there, just because when I really look at the rest of the team and considering the players that we are getting back, specifically David Irving, it makes the most sense. And especially considering what happened last time, we didn't have Ben Wickery active when what we needed the most was a cornerback. I mean, I really hope Cowboys have learned their lesson and that he is active, even if he doesn't play. I just don't want another situation where
at the time that week against the Broncos, he was not even up to speed yet on the Cowboys system.
Which is understandable, but the point is, I just hope that we're not put in another situation like that again. Right. Because Ben Wickery, for as good or as bad as he may be, I just want. It's better to have somebody who's back there and healthy and does have some experience.
But here's the thing. Here's one thing why you might see Ben Wickery out as an inactive and Nolan Carroll as an active. But maybe the Cowboys will say he's still kind of injured, so they'll keep him as an emergency guy, basically. Mm-hmm. The reason I think you'll see that, and I just changed my mind, I guess, is because I think think about this. Ben Wickery, if he stays on our active roster another couple of times, we give up a draft pick. Not the biggest deal in the world, but if we're not hardly using him, then we should maybe make him inactive for that reason. If Carroll is good to go, keep Carroll as our 5th cornerback, emergency cornerback, and take out Ben Wickery. So it saves us the draft pick. Why not? Why not?
I would agree with you, but again, I feel like because of the fact that Nolan Carroll is still questionable, is still kind of working him back, and with the bye week coming up, they might do it the opposite, where they might take the chance and keep Ben Wickery active anyway. I see that. I can
see it either way.
They don't want to waste it.
Well, it's not like that. But here's who do you think knows the system better out of the 2 guys? Who's been there longer out of the 2 guys?
I guess I would have to say Nolan Carroll, but.
And again, he was the starter. So if he's out there as the 5th stringer,
I guess
that's probably the advantage in the sense that we have a 5th stringer or a guy who hardly knows our system out there on the field. And even if it's Nolan Carroll, it's still a 5th stringer. He's not going to probably see much game time out there. So the only thing that hurts us, I guess, the worst part would be special teams, where we need him out there for special teams at least. With a concussion, you don't want to go out there spearheading somebody, with your helmet, and then getting another concussion. But he might have to go out there for 10 plays in a game, At least it's not the full game. I don't think he's going to be out there playing cornerback. I don't want to see him out there playing cornerback because I don't think he's that good. But if he's going to be out there, he might be a better fit than Ben Wickery because I don't know how confident I feel about him being out there over Carroll. If you had to pick one of the 2, I think I'd pick Nolan Carroll as our 5th guy, not to be in as an active, and then he's active and he's starting. Then I'd say, no, put Ben Wickery as our 5th and then deactivate Nolan Carroll. So, I mean, you want to hit some of these questions, baby?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. So, Asalalani says Carroll's garbage. Yes, but he's definitely better than Ben Wickery, I think. Yeah, so we kind of touched that. Let me see.
X.
Let me see. Yeah, I hate playing without Lee. That's the only thing that makes me nervous.
It
Kevin
does.
Bilbo, yes.
But we got Hitchens back. That's good. Okay.
And then T says he didn't play a Saturday and the D sucked. Give Carroll a chance. It's not the Skandrix and all pro. He can't be trusted, getting injured every time. So the fact that he's injury prone and the fact that he seems to be making, kind of like Heath, these kind of big mistakes in critical moments, definitely 2 strikes against him. But, you know, he has had some great plays, and you know, I don't think we're ever going to see more than what we've already seen from Orlando Skandrick. I think that's
consistency is the key, and he doesn't have that. Orlando Skandrick has a good play and then 4 bad plays. And
exactly.
Can't have that. I mean, Jeff Heath has. I would say Skandrick has like 3 good plays and then 4 bad plays.
Yeah,
while Heath has 1 good play and 10 bad ones.
Yeah, so I think that's the only reason that we might consider him a little better than Heath in the sense of we see him more favorably.
Positions, but
no, I'm just saying we see him a little more favorably because of those kind of balance. So let's see here.
Anthony Mixon. What's up, Anthony?
Yeah, so Anthony, how are you doing today? And then I think if Sean Lee plays, I would blitz him so he could sack. No. He couldn't sack Aaron Rodgers. I'm guessing that's what you meant to say.
No, so he could sack him. He said he would blitz him so he could sack him.
So he could sack
Anthony, just letting you know, that's not a good game plan with Sean Lee, especially him being hurt. If he goes out there and plays, I don't see him. I see him being there for running downs mainly, for stopping the run, and maybe some passing downs, but you might see him out on those plays. My thing is that if Lee plays, I mean, I think you do that Deacon defense using Durant as the blitzer. That worked very well against Aaron Rodgers. I think we do that a lot this game too. Not the whole game, but I think in the 3rd and 4th quarter, even middle of the 2nd quarter, I think you're going to see that defense popping up. And you'll see the live game reaction. You'll see me calling that out, and it'll be happening. I guarantee you against Aaron Rodgers. So.
Yes, guys. So let's see. So DeMarcus008, Zeke needs to stop thinking about what's going on off the field that's affecting him. Think about being fortunate to be on the field playing.
And he also needs the line to block.
Yeah. So I can't deny and say that, you know, the off the field issues, they probably have impacted the Cowboys overall as a team, and definitely Zeke as an individual player. I mean, there's just no way around it, especially with, you know, the nature of the issue and how crazy and weird and complicated this whole thing has become. It's bound to affect the team in some way, but I agree with you. You know, we got to somehow set that aside and really just focus on the football. But Manuel Corona, man, I'm worried about Dak's blindside. This game's going to be stressful.
Again, guys, Tyron Smith is going to expected to play. Assuming there's no setbacks over the weekend here, he's going to play. But we have Byron Bell as an insurance policy. That's why I see him being
throughout the game too. Sometimes I'm assuming.
We can't risk that. See, that's where we cannot risk taking Tyron Smith out unless he's injured to a point where he's actually hurting us. Then we have to put Byron Bell in there. But I think Byron Bell is just an insurance policy. I think Jonathan Cooper is an insurance policy. That's why they're active and Looney is inactive this week. And Cooper can play backup center. He's our 3rd string center, Jonathan Cooper. So he has that. And again, versatility. Said it on defense, same thing on offense, guys. That's why we have these guys. That's why you got Rico Gathers sitting there. In a couple of weeks, he's going to be able to become eligible to become active. So a lot of improvements coming down the line as well. But right now, we're getting almost our entire team healthy. So after the bye week, we should be 100% depending what happens in this game, you know?
Yes.
So I'm going to hit some more questions.
But yeah, guys, we are going to go ahead and start wrapping up the stream in just a few minutes here. We definitely want to hit a few more of your questions here. So let me see. T says... Tyron plays, we good. So yeah, we definitely expect Tyron Smith to play. So DeMarcus says, well, Taco's young, he needs more time to learn the ropes.
I agree 100%.
T says the Taco's a bust. Manuel says
we don't know yet. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I know, but Manuel says the Taco is supposed to have more first-round talent and skill than what he's shown. So I think
I agree.
Out of all these comments, I think Manuel kind of hit it right on the head where, you know, even though we weren't expecting him to be obviously not like the first number 1, number 2, number 3 pick in the draft, you definitely were expecting, I think, more. And he definitely hasn't shown that. I was very disappointed in his last performance. There's just no way around it.
I had to calm her down, guys.
Yeah, like, you know, that got me so upset. Won't go into it. The point is that I think we all expected more, but he is still a rookie, guys, and we have to give him time to hopefully continue to develop, especially with Tapper, with that broken broken foot. We definitely are depending a little bit more on Taco now because, you know, Tapper did show, at least he did get that 1 sack in that one game. He was inactive other than that.
We want to see him active over Taco this weekend. Yeah. Of course, he's not doing it. He broke his foot in practice on Wednesday. And, guys, it's 8 weeks. It's sounding like 8 to 10 weeks as much. And, again, they could bring him back kind of like Taco. I mean, not Taco, but they could bring him back like Rico. Like inactive, like IR, but, you know, can return. It has to be 8 weeks, but by then we'll have like 2-3 games left. Unless there's a need with the rush, which if there is, we're probably not even going to make the playoffs. If there's still an issue at the rush, then he'll probably be activated to the Cowboys team, or if he's not going to be needed, then he'll just stay on IR for the whole season. And it's 2 years already with him. Hopefully he has no more setbacks, because he might be one of these guys in the future that could be on the odd man out next year, So
I agree. So let's see here. I feel like Nolan Carroll is stealing money from us, Manuel. And then Carroll signed $10 million for 3 years. And Peanut310 says Xavier Wood and Lewis, don't sleep on these kids. More reps, more good stops.
So Carroll gets like $3.3 million a year, and for a cornerback that's subpar. Obviously it is stealing, even though it's not that much. It's still enough that you can get somebody better than him, I believe, for that price. So
yeah, which is still crazy numbers when you really put it in perspective, guys. But let's see, Manuel, Frederick, Martin Smith still need to stop looking at the guy next to them and just do their job. So you definitely see the fact that the offense is not as cohesive as it was last year. You're definitely seeing a few little bumps and bruises on this road. And
that's the scary part, because most of our guys are there. Most of the guys are actually not injured. Like our defense, there's excuses, and they're playing up to the challenge. Our offense, there's no excuses, and they're playing down to the challenge. Down to try and really take over these teams. So, it's really something that we need to see our offensive line come together better. We have to see Dak being a little more accurate, and we need to establish the running game on offense. The receivers need to catch the balls when Dak does get the ball to them, and we would have been that game was tied if T. Will catches that pass in the end zone. It was really now the ball was tipped. Now I will say that I watched the replay. The ball was tipped in the air, so it kind of changed the direction of where it was going to go, the projection of the pass. So I think T. Will kind of lost it when it was tipped. It changed the angle, and he kind of lost it. It still hit him right in the chest. Should have caught that. Dez missed the pass. Beasley, I think, dropped one or was overthrown. My point is that Dak needs to be a little more accurate, but also these receivers need to catch the ball when it hits them in the hands and their chest. And the offensive line needs to be more consistent when it comes to protecting Dak. Consistent. Absolutely. And it has to be more consistent when blocking for Zeke. We got to establish that running game, and on offense we'll be good. It just, again, we haven't done that this year. Really haven't done it. 104 yards for Zeke in the running game against the Giants week 1. That was our best game with Zeke in the running game. And last week the total yards was great. But most of that was in the first half. So it's really kind of slanted, those numbers, when it comes to Zeke doing what he did.
So, all right, guys, we are going to go ahead and start wrapping it up here. If you haven't already, make sure to hit like on the stream. It really does help out our channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do post daily content on the Cowboys. We live stream our reaction to every Cowboys game day. And like we said, daily Cowboys live stream news and content, guys.
Yeah, guys, tomorrow, I do want to say real quick, tomorrow, if you guys don't know, Madden, right? It's on Madden 18. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the whole breakdown, position, with the actual updated rosters. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to be talking on the headset, and you guys will be watching the game as it goes. It's not about winning or losing in that. I just really want to use that to talk about the players, and you see them on the field, you get their numbers. For the people that, myself as included, and sometimes we're not sure about who's what, and you'll get familiar with some of the names, attach them to some of the numbers on the Packers. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about the Cowboys. The guys are going to be in. The guys are going to be out. Different kind of lineups. It'll be fun. It always is with these Madden streams. Yeah. That's tomorrow's thing. So you won't see us live unless there's breaking news. We will come to you live wherever we're at if there's any big news on the Cowboys at all. And then of course that's tomorrow. And then of course, as you know, guys, the big thousands people come through here for our game day live stream. We love doing it. We're gonna have. Actually, we're going to be kid-friendly this weekend, guys. So, I mean, kid-less and kid-friendly as possible, but kid-free this weekend. So, the kids are with the other parent right now, and, we're going to be able to do a live stream, just adults only. But again, guys, we're going to keep it family-friendly because a lot of kids are in the stream. This whole channel is family-friendly, and we're going to try our best not to slip up. Again, we have our cursing room. If it's needed to be used, we'll break it out, and I'll disappear for a couple minutes.
Yeah, guys.
To vent my anger a little bit less family-friendly. Let's put it that way. And we'll see all you guys out here for that game day live stream against the Packers, 4:25 Eastern time, guys. And we're in Central Florida. That's the way we do the time, but check your local listings.
Yeah, guys. So, no, seriously, thank you, every single one of you guys who came out and joined us, watched the stream, commented, and just, it's just here. Yeah, thank you guys, every single one of you guys. And, of course, as always, you can never forget, go Cowboys! All right, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.